This is Gird Point Road. We've been here before, not for about 3 months at least. Today we're not going up the road because, as you can see, road closed, fire activity. And if you look on this map, this area is a fire area, and it's actually open to traffic again, and that is where I'm heading. And as you look around, you can see that pall. That is smoke. And today is the middle of October, and this is pretty late in the year to still have, you know, a lot of active smoke like this clouding the sky. And it went away for a while after the rains, and then it was dry, and because of that, we are dealing with this. And it's actually in the moderate range, which means it shouldn't affect my cycling, but I have to admit it's not the most pleasant day. Milepost 10, this is usually where I consider the forest to begin. And looking around, you can see we do have some lovely fall colors, mostly oranges and yellows, but I have since seen some bright red. Maybe we'll see more of those as we go up the road. As promised, there you can see some red foliage. Not quite as bright as it would be on an ornamental tree, but at least for me, very nice bright red. Don't know if it shows up in the video. And on the hillside you can see a lot of yellow deciduous trees that regrew over past fires or landslides. And look how low that sun is. So if you look at where we are now in this canyon, basically, in winter the sun might not even rise here at all, because it's about 2 p.m. and look at how low that sun was. How did this even happen? Because that is a clean cut. But from where? Where did that tree come down around here? Did they then cut it so it ended up there? That's a little bit curious. So I stopped by Centennial Grove, and like I showed in my last video, it's really changed after that windstorm. And in some places, if this was a city park or something, it's like, well, why would this be left here, you know, weeks later with no effort to clear it? Or this is Forest Service, and the Forest Service is really busy with fires and stuff, so this is going to probably stay like it is for a while, and it's interesting to see. But I just took a little rest here, and I'm going to continue on up the road. So I'm east of Centennial Grove, approaching the junction with Skalkaho Highway Road, and other than the smoke, it's a nice ride. Enjoying my Wednesday. Well, what do we have here? And also, what I'm going to do about it. I guess I'll find out in a minute. Can't see the markings on that airplane, but the only reason I can think of an airplane flying around here is it's a fire spotter. I saw a helicopter earlier, one helicopter, can't see any helicopters right now. Don't know how apparent it is from the image, but here I can tell there is a plume of smoke, and you can see lower down it's quite brown. Doesn't look at all healthy or good. And here we have this sign that says road closed. And I don't know what that means, because on the order it says the road closure starts at the stop of the Skalkaho path, and so maybe they're putting that here for people to turn around. And so the first gate is in half a mile, and I'm debating whether it would be ethically and legally correct to continue that far, maybe see if there's more information there. I don't want to cause problems for firefighters, but as it is, it says the road is closed to the stop of the path, which is in 7 miles. I'm hoping that in some of this footage I can see the livery, but good luck on that. I did think I saw some orange stripes or something, like some firefighting service. Maybe that'll tell us something. I know there. So this is the second sign, and I don't really want to rules lawyer it, even though, as far as I know, the restriction order starts at the top of the pass, way past Skalkaho Falls. I don't want to rules lawyer it. There's people out there fighting fires. I've probably come too far as it is, so I'm going to turn around here. And this was kind of unexpected because I did look at that road closure before I came here, and it said at the top of the pass, so I thought this would all be open. I'm going to go back. Also, as I go further up, that's there's more smoke, so I'm going to go back down here. I'm also curious what those aircraft are doing. I don't think they're dropping retardant because they can only carry so much. At least that one isn't, and they're kind of flying around in a fixed spot. So I think those are mission control. And I haven't actually seen any helicopters with Bambi buckets either, but maybe I just don't know what I'm looking for. And as you can see, they're pretty thick. Like, there's two flying over at once. Some of them are bigger. Like, that's a jet. No, is that a prop? I can't tell from here. Anyway, it's pretty active. A lot of very smart, knowledgeable, and brave people are fighting fires. Okay, I think I got my camera out too late, but I just saw a black bear run that way. So I was going to continue down this trail, but I'm not, especially because that black bear might not be alone. And so I'm going to walk out, because if I bicycle out, that might look like motion. So I'm going to walk backwards this way. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to talk pretty loud, you know, just to let the bear know, or any bears around, that there's a human here. And the human doesn't want to make trouble. It's just kind of casually backing out. Okay, I think I'm in the clear. Didn't want to be over dramatic about that, but yeah, when you see a bear, it's a little bit surprising. And there's actually people over there, so I might give them a heads up. Again, not super big of a concern, but you know, if they have pets or children, it's a good thing to let them know. So along with the people there were part of a fire crew, and I told them about the bear, and they're like, well, thank you. Even though, of course, they're used to bears, and they said, yeah, the road closure has been moved down, and thank you for not being an idiot. And I felt like kind of an idiot when I said I did go past it to the first gate. But, you know, there is that aspect of like, yeah, it's natural to be curious, and I just realized, yeah, that's natural, but that doesn't make it right, so I turned around. So here's Black Bear, and I'm gonna stop in here. I was planning on bicycling up further, so now I have more time. Talked to some more crew, and they said that this is actually going to be close to. They are going to be doing drops here. And like I said to him, I was like, I looked at the closures at the top of the pass. An active fire in the middle of October spreading this quickly. Yeah, that's not at all a good thing. Yeah. So I was going to stop at Black Bear and sit down for a minute. Instead, I'm doing this, my old spot right by milepost 12. Scouring rush. I dropped my sunglasses, and when I came back here, I noticed this. That's still fresh. Well, that being said, I'm just bicycling downhill now, and it's actually a pretty pleasant ride. It's actually only around 3:30, which, you know, 2 months ago I would not have been able to leave the house. 2.5 months ago in July, and I would have been waiting another 3 or 4 hours to even open the windows. And now 3:30 is already getting to the point where even without this smoke it'd be getting dark. Yeah, seasons change pretty fast here. hopefully the site gives some hint about what the feeling is of just bicycling down a road like this, you know, on a day that's not without its problems, but it's still a beautiful day. So this here is one of the few sections I have to climb a little bit on the way back, but after it there will be a part where it really goes downhill. Which I was thinking I wanted to capture that really downhill part, but I should probably use both hands. In fact, I'm going to put my camera down for a while as we go downhill. Coming back home on Shoshone Loop. That sun. So yeah, when I started out today, I had a very different idea of what the day would be like, even though I knew the fire was burning. I thought it was burning far away, and I did not know it would be this smoky all day, and it would be actively spreading up there. And I feel a little bit ashamed, and I've kind of debated whether I should even keep the part in, but what that was going 5 minutes past a gate and then realizing I was dumb, kind of mistake a lot of people make. Not that I'm excusing it, I was kind of rationalizing, well, technically the sign doesn't say this is closed, so don't do that. But you know, in a lot of my journeys, I don't know, you know, it's not all as clear what is prohibited and what is suggested. That happens a lot, and a lot of times I'm too cautious, and this time I wasn't cautious enough. And also part of that is that, like, I am going away, so I did want to go see the Skalkaho one last time, even though a lot of that, past that first gate, I would start seeing it very altered due to the fire. And as it is now, just heading home, and okay, that's about all I had to say today as I head home. Okay, I actually did have one more point. If anybody's still watching and listening. So stuff like this, I've said before, is related to climate change, and the reason I don't like to hammer that point home is I'm a guy with a camera, not a scientist, and some of it is within natural variation. You know, you do have years where summer lasts longer, but on a day-to-day basis, for me, this is not like a culture war thing. This is about something I experience daily and that is having more and more drastic effects on my life and my health, and that I am wondering where it's going. And of course here we have smoky skies and I couldn't go on a bike ride, but look at what's going on in Tampa right now. Hurricane Milton. It is a real thing, and that's kind of a background, and I don't have a lot more to say about it because I'm not a scientist, but it is changing my life, and I expect it to change my life even more drastically.